Hi, everybody. Welcome to the virtual SCMEA Day of Horn. My name is Mrs. Zacher. I am a horn player, I am a music teacher, and I am very happy to be here with you today to help you practice the horn for B part for the Pink Panther meets James Bond. Now, if you looked on the SCMEA website and you clicked on Horn 4B, you'll see that you have two parts for the Pink Panther meets James Bond. This is the second part. Okay, the first part is actually 4B, so I guess we're going to call this part 4A. But it's basically a part that almost anybody can play, and those of you who are maybe beginners or you're, just in your second year of playing the horn, you should have no problem with this part. I think it's a little bit more challenging than the other horn 4B. So, if you want to try to stretch out a little bit and maybe learn a couple of new notes today, this might be a good part for you. Okay, so the first thing I want to mention, if you take a look at the music, you will notice that there are numbers below some of the notes. Those are the fingers that you use. So if it says 2, you're going to play your second valve. And if it says 0, that means don't use any fingerings. And of course, I'm sure you all know we call that open, okay? So before we get started, how about if we just try a couple of those pitches just to kind of get our bearings here, okay? So the first pitch we're going to play is your middle C, or just the C with the line through it, okay? And that's open, and it sounds like this. Okay, can you play that note with me? Ready? Let's play C. 1, 2, ready, go. Let's try that C one more time just so you can kind of get your bearings. Ready? 1, 2, ready? Okay, very good. Okay, you've all playing C. Now, one thing I just want to mention before we continue with some other notes is just be sure that you take a breath. I think sometimes young players kind of forget that, this is a wind instrument, okay? We have to take a lot of breath in because we're putting a lot of breath out. So what I like to do is put this up to my mouth, and I think set, put the mouthpiece on your mouth with the word set, breathe, open up the corners of your mouth, take a big breath and play. So it's set. Okay, so put the mouthpiece on, set. You're going to think that in your head, and then you're going to take a breath. So, and if the more air you can get into your horn, the better sound you're going to get, and it's going to make playing your note much easier. Okay, ready? Let's do that. Ready? We're going to set it up. Take a big breath and play C. Ready? Set. Very good. Okay. Okay. So the next note we're going to play is actually the very first note you play in about measure 9. And it's called E. It's on the bottom line of the staff. It's also fingered open, right? And it sounds like this. Okay, do you want to try playing E with me? Ready? Let's play E. We're going to set, breathe, play. Ready? Set. Very good. there's your E, okay? So, can we play C, rest, E, rest, C, rest, E, rest. Let's try it. C, rest, E, rest, okay? Ready? Horns up, set it. 1, 2, set. Okay, so now we kind of have our bearings here a little bit. Okay, so the second note you play, still in the first measure, you'll notice has a little number 2 below it. That's called B. And in this case, if you take a look at, and your teachers are going to love this because they probably say this all the time, if you look at the key signature, that's that place right next to the treble clef sign, and it's right up there. You'll notice that that key signature is a sharp, right? And if it's on the top line of the staff, which this is, that note is named F, right? Every good boy does fine. That note is F. So that means that every time you play an F, although in a few places in this piece, there is a little natural sign that says it's not F sharp, it's F natural. But unless you see a natural sign, that your Fs are going to be sharp, second valve. But that also means that your Bs are not B flat, first valve. They're B natural because there's no flat in that key signature, okay? And B natural sounds like this. It's one note below C. So here's C. It's just one notch below B. We call that 1/2 step below B. Below C is B, okay? So let's try playing B second valve. Ready? Here we go. Set. Good, okay? All right, so the last note I want to go over with you is called G, or for your purposes, let's think of it as, and let's call it low G. And if you look in measure number 11, right at the end of your staff, in the third line, do you see this note right here, and it's got a 0 under it? It's got those 2 lines over the note. Those are called ledger lines, by the way. That is low G, and it's played open, no fingers. So you have a lot of open notes in this song, which is kind of nice for us, isn't it? So low G is going to sound like this. And to get low G, pretend like you're playing C, but what I want you to do is just let your jaw go down a little bit and think tall, like a big toe, okay? So think toe, 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 toe. That opens this hole up a little bit and lets you get the low note out, okay? So let's try playing C, okay? Just regular old C like we played before. Here we go. Ready? Set. Okay, now we're going to play low G, and we're going to think toe. Ready? Okay, let's try playing C, G, C, G. That's a little low for my voice, but you get the idea. Okay, let's try it. 1, 2, ready? Okay, so those are the basic notes we have to worry about. There's a couple of kind of funky notes at the bottom of the page, but we'll stop and do those again, okay? All right, so how about let's give this whole part a try, or let's get started, okay? And if you'll notice the first couple of measures, those aren't notes, are they? They're little X's, right? You have little X's on a stick, basically. Little cross signs there, right? That means for you to snap your fingers. And the X's just show you what the rhythm is. So if you look at the second measure, you have a quarter rest, right? So if our beat is 1, 2, 3, 4, we're gonna go 1, 2, ready, and rest, snap, rest, rest, rest. Okay, we're gonna snap on beats 2 and 4. Now, I don't have a very good snapper, so it's not gonna be very loud, but I bet you guys could probably snap better than I can, but I'll, put my hand up there so you at least get the idea, okay? All right, here we go. We're gonna start from the very beginning, and we've got a measure of rest. Here we go, ready? Instruments up, good posture, good playing position. Make sure you're gonna room to take a nice big breath, okay? Because we want to take big breaths to make our notes sound as good as they can. Okay, here we go. Here's the beginning. Ready? 1, 2, start the rest. Rest, 2, ready, and 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 2, start on E. Okay, everybody stop. Did everybody get to the end of the 4th line? Because that's where we were. Okay, and by the way, if you look at the very beginning of each line, you've got a little tiny number. Those are measure numbers. So you can take those measure numbers and usually figure out where we are. Okay, hey, that was pretty good. Okay, how about if we try the playing part one more time, and then we're gonna go on from there, okay? So right now we're gonna start in measure 9. It's where the actual notes start at the end of the second line, and it starts with an E, okay? Ready? We are in measure number 9. Okay, ready? Here we go. We're gonna start on E. Okay, set it, take a big breath. 1, 2, set. 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, keep going. 2, 3, and 1. Now, has everybody got to the 8 measure rest? Because that's where we are. All right, very good. So we're going to know how to count rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, etc. Right? Okay, we're going to pretend we're on rest measure number 7. All right, and then we're going to come in after measure number 8 of the rest. Okay, ready? Here we go. Here's 7. Ready? 7, 2, 3, 4, 8. Ready? Ready? And by the way, I think most of you probably know that note we played a lot of right there, and the note we just ended on is G. It's on the second line. It's also played open. So most of you by now have played C, E, G, right? The 3 notes that are open. good thing to know because we play C's, E's, and G's in this piece, don't we? Okay. All right. Let's go back to the 8-measure rest. Okay. Everybody find the 8-measure rest. It's in measure 30 is where it starts. Okay. We're going to pretend like we're on the 7th measure again, and we're going to play again. Ready? So we're going to go 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, ready, play, and boom. Okay. Here we go. Ready? 7, 2, 3, 4, 8. Ready? Ready? Now, we are going to stop here. We're on the half notes in measure number 50. And it's B, low B, and you can see it's marked second valve, right? Number 2 is second valve. B, C. And then here's a note you might not have learned it because we don't use it very often at your age, but someday you'll use it all the time. But it's called C sharp. And we say that that is an accidental because C is not sharp in the key signature, only F is supposed to be sharp. So, but the composer liked the sound of C sharp, so we have to know how to play it, and it's fingered first and second valve, and then the next note goes back to C natural, okay? That's the sign in the next C. So the first C in measure 51 is C sharp, first and second valve, and then the second note is C natural. If you're still confused on a sharp and a natural, ask your teacher. I'm sure he or she would be very happy to help clarify that for you, okay? But if you just look at the fingerings underneath the notes for now, you'll get it. So we're going to start on measure number 50 where the half notes are, and I'll play it for you once. It sounds like this. Ready? And that's kind of the thing that everybody recognizes about James Bond theme, is that little four-note line. Let me play that for you again. Okay, would you like to try it with me? We're on the half notes in measure 50, starting with your second valve on B natural, and every note gets 2 beats. Okay, all right, ready? Let's set. Ready? 1, 2, set. Okay, let's try that again on the half notes. That was pretty good. 1, 2, set. Okay, so let's start on measure 50, and we're going to keep going this time. Okay, ready? Here we go. Measure 50, half notes, starting on second valve B natural. Ready? 1, 2, set. Okay, that little rhythm right there is called syncopation. It's a 16th, an 8th, a 16th, and 2 8ths, and it goes like this. 1, 2. Da, 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 da. Okay? All right? Get in the bathtub. You never heard that before, have you? Okay? Let's go back to, that's measure 53. Let's go back to measure 52 where we play 2 8th note G's and rest. Ready? 52. No, I'm sorry, that's not 52, that's 54. My apologies. Measure 54 on the G's. Ready? 1, 2, ready? back to that same half note pattern. Again, follow the numbers for the right valves if you're not sure of the notes, okay? Starting on the B, ready? 1, 2, ready? 2, 3, 4. To B natural. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And that's the whole part. It's not that hard. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do right now is play the entire part top to bottom without stopping. So this will give you some practice so that when you get to the virtual horn day on January 15th, you're going to play it exactly like that, and it's going to fit in with the rest of the parts. This is a very cool ensemble. I think you'll really like it, okay? All right, everybody. Now, if you have any water in your instrument, why don't you go ahead and dump that out, okay? All right. Here we go, folks. We're going to do Pink Panther meets James Bond, top to bottom. Here we go. Here's the beginning, and remember our first measure is a full measure rest, and then we go with the snaps. Okay, here we go, top to bottom, no stopping, I promise. Okay, you can do this, I know you can. Okay, here we go, ready? 1, 2, ready, rest, rest, 2, ready. Next line. Last one. Rest, 2, ready. 2, 3, 4, ready, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 7. Here's the last one. 8, 2, ready. 2, 3. 2, 3. Good for you. You played the whole thing top to bottom, and that's it for the Pink Panther meets James Bond. I've enjoyed doing this today. I will see you on Virtual Horn Day. Thank you.